I think I got it.
See.
Okie doke, friends. Welcome. Happy I am beer day. As far as special announcements, I don't have too much coming up really soon. I have some retreats that are later. So October, Sedona, Brian Head in December, and then Mexico in January. So all that info is on my website if you're interested. And yeah, let's just go ahead and do the thing. So comfortable seat if you're not already there. And if you want to, you can just take a moment, move a little bit. Maybe you want to roll your head around a little, roll your shoulders around. Maybe it would even feel good to reach your arms up and stretch. So any little bits and pieces of movement or wiggles. And then eventually just find stillness and settle in. So as you're ready, just bring your hands to rest somewhere, maybe in your lap, or if you want, hands to your heart, or even one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Close your eyes and just give yourself a moment to simply just be right here in this space and notice everything there is to notice. So feel your sit bones on the ground, the air on your skin. Notice the sounds around you. So the sound of my voice is obvious, but what other sounds are there? Background noises, white noise, maybe even sounds that come from within your own body, maybe the sound of your breath. And see if you can notice as you sit here, are there any places that you're physically tensing up that you don't need to be? Are you tightening through your forehead or your jaw? Are you tightening through your hands or your fingers? Is there any way you could allow yourself to be just a little softer? And then with some extra awareness on your breath, next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. And then pause at the top and see if there's an extra little sip of air you can find. Open your mouth, a great big sigh, let it go. Good, do that a couple more times. So inhale, fill up. As full as you can get, hold. And then see if there's an extra little sip. And when you're ready, big sigh. Good. Do that once more. So biggest inhale you've taken all morning. Pause. Let this breath circulate around inside. Extra sip, maybe even two this time. And then big sigh. Let it go. Yes, good. Now seal your lips and start to cultivate Ujjayi breath. So Ujjayi breath is in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. It starts to create a little whisper noise or an oceanic sound. It's slow and steady. It is not in a rush. Each exhale takes you all the way to emptiness, all the way to the very bottom. And at the bottom of each exhale, your belly button pulls back towards your spine and you feel just that little bit of core engagement. So how much awareness can you bring into just your breath? How much can you pay attention to the simple rise and fall? How much can you notice? So please feel free to stay here, simply breathing and connecting to your own internal rhythm for as long as you want to. If you are ready to begin moving, take this breath with you, transition forward onto your hands and your knees, tabletop. And from your tabletop, just begin some intuitive movement. So no right or wrong. Anything goes, anything your body is calling for, even if it's a little bit uncomfortable. So we're not just looking for what feels good, but what feels a little bit stiff or tender or sore. And just start to explore all the different ways you can move from your hands and your knees, all the different space you can create inside. If you feel places that need a little extra love or attention, stay there for a few breaths. Maybe you just feel like resting in a child's pose for a few rounds. And then as you are ready, my friends, no rush, but eventually downward facing dog is where we're headed. So you can start your transition back whenever you would like. And once you're back in your dog pose, just feel into it. Move around, pedal out your heels, shift your weight from side to side. Maybe give your head a little shake or a little nod. Remember, in down dog, it is absolutely fine to have a big bend in your knees. It's absolutely fine to be on your tiptoes. Focus on finding length from your fingertips all the way up to your butt. So imagine there's an invisible rope attached to your belly button, and it's pulling up and tugging back. Take one more big inhalation into your down dog. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your yoga mat, and however you'd like to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, halfway lift position, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Do that again, halfway lift. Get all the rounding out of your back. Back of your neck is long, gaze is down. Exhale, fold. And then this time all the way up. So come through your halfway lift and keep rising, arms overhead. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Flow with your breath for a moment right here. Inhale, reach up and stretch. Exhale, take a slow dive all the way down and fold. Beautiful. Breathe in, lift halfway. Stick your butt out, press back through the tops of your thighs. Exhale, release, and fold. Now from the press of your feet, connect to your center, lead with your heart, rise. Inhale, stretch your arms up, maybe gaze up. Hands to heart as you exhale. Nice job, you guys. Adding on a little bit. Inhale, reach. And as you exhale, cactus your arms, curl open. So rather than leaning back, make it come from your mid and your upper back. Inhale, re-extend, reach up. And as you exhale, take your dive all the way down into your fold. Beautiful. Inhale to a halfway lift position. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank position. We're gonna get right into it. Side plank. Right hand is your foundation. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. So if possible, lift your hips really, really high. That will help take weight out of your wrist. If you want to modify, you can come down to your right knee or your right forearm. So please feel free to take care of yourself. If your bottom knee is lifted, then really focus on lifting your hips to get out of your wrist. Maybe your left arm reaches forward. Awesome, Cam. Feel the length in your left side. Maybe your left leg even floats up. Take one last huge round. Awesome, Dai. Slow motion, come back to plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up, push the ground away. Find your strength. One strong straight line, lower all the way to your belly. We're gonna stay low, baby cobra. So lift with your back strength, not your arm strength. Press down through your shoelaces, press down through your pelvis, and use the strength in your back body to lift your heart. See if you can keep the tops of your feet pressing into the ground. I know it's hard. Lift your hands up, reach your hands back. So don't lift your legs. Use the strength in your back to keep your heart open. Roll your shoulders back and down. Sometimes it even helps me if I bend my elbows and try to squeeze them towards each other behind my back. You'll find your mid-back muscles that way. Take one more deep breath. Very good. Awesome, Kelly. And then let it go. However you like to get there, downward facing dog. All right, great big inhale. Take your right leg to the sky. And for right now, hips are square. So what do square hips feel like? Does not matter how high your right leg goes. I want you to feel into length, strength, and power in your right leg. Awesome, Norma. So your inner thighs face each other. As you push down through your fingertips, you're rooting up with your right foot. You're lifting from your center. Take one more big inhale. Very good. As you exhale, keep your hips high, knee towards your nose. So round your back. You should be on your back, tippy toes, and then step forward as soft as possible. Low lunge. Take your time to rise up to a crescent lunge. So all 10 toes face forward, high on the ball of your back foot. Rise and settle in. Beautiful poses. Nice, Jacob. So energetically, you're hugging towards midline. Your front hip pulls back. Your back hip pulls forward. Your weight is nice and centered. That tone in your belly, navel to spine, supports your low back. So it's your transverse abdominis engagement. See if you can find a little lift in your heart and maybe even take your gaze up. Take one more big inhale into your crescent lunge. Nice, Dai. As you exhale, bring your hands to your front thigh, and we're just going to play with balance for a moment. Draw your belly button in and up like you're puffing up or even rounding your low back a little bit. So I don't want you to feel like you're doing a back bend. I want you to feel the opposite, almost like you're rounding. Keep that. You should feel a connection to your strong core. Lean forward, back foot floats off the ground. So think of a long, powerful line from front to back. Not a back bend, not arching, but the opposite. Draw your belly button in and up. Yes, even more, Samantha. Take one more round here. And then, if you would like, add some arms. Take one full round of breath with your arms. Good job. And then come back, crescent lunge, soft landing. Beautiful. Inhale into your crescent. Nice job, everyone. Exhale, hands to your mat. Step your back foot forward, nice and easy, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. And then all the way up, big stretch, breathe in. Hands to heart, breathe out. All right, inhale, high mountain. Baby back bend with your exhale, cactus your arms, bottom tips of shoulder blades, squeeze, puff up your heart. Yes, inhale, re-extend, realign. And then stick your butt out and dive. Big bend in the knees might be really helpful. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank. Once again, pause here, top of your push-up. Left hand is your foundation, side plank. Roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot. You could also bring your left knee down or your left forearm down if you feel like modifying. Hips really high. So the higher your hips go, the less weight you'll be holding in your shoulder and your wrist. So you want to be using your strong left side abdominals. Maybe reach your right arm forward and work the length in your right side. Nice, Ash. Love the variations. Maybe your right leg floats up. Good, Samantha. Lift your hips even higher. Last big inhale. Awesome, Paul. Exhale, plank or modified plank. Pause at the top. Take an inhale. Find your strength. Slowly lower down. Strong straight line. Very good. Stay low. Once again, baby cobra. And then float your hands up just like you did before. Reach them back. This time, go ahead and float your feet up as well for a full locust pose. Try not to widen your legs. Hug in with your inner thighs. Imagine you're trying to rotate your inner thighs in and up towards the ceiling. Use your strong back muscles to lift a little higher. So roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. Awesome. Take one more big inhale. Lift, lift, lift. And release. Beautiful. However you like to get there, you can take your time. Downward facing dog. All right, from your dog pose, big inhalation, left leg high. Keep your hips square, your inner thighs facing one another. So right here, if you think about the position your body is in, you are in warrior 3. You just have your hands on the ground. So muscle memory, that's where hips. See if you can feel, what does this feel like? You're gonna do it in just a moment, balancing on one foot. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, knee towards your nose. So round your back, hollow out your belly, then step forward ever so softly. Rise slowly into your crescent lunge. Nice, Kirsten. So all 10 toes face forward. Hug in towards midline rather than sinking down. You're hugging in, you're stabilizing, you're strengthening through your legs or your foundation. Maybe even see if you can get your back leg a little straighter, a little stronger, a little more powerful. Tone your belly, puff up your heart. Yes. Maybe even gaze up. One more inhale. Beautiful, friends. As you exhale, bring your hands to your front thigh. And again, try not to back bend. I know it's tempting. Do the opposite. Round. Draw your belly button in and up. Feel your low back puff up. Feel a connection to your center. Keep it. Lean forward. Back foot floats off the ground. So rather than lifting your head and looking forward, gaze is down, belly button is pulling in and up. Hips are square. If you don't know if your hips are square, you could bring one hand to your butt, see if your butt cheeks feel nice and even, or is your right butt cheek higher? All right, take one more round with your hands pressing into your front thigh. And then only if you would like, option to add some arms. Yes, very nice. If you can't square off your hips, bend your standing legs. See if that helps. One last round. Good job, Heather. And then come back, crescent lunge, soft landing if possible. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, hands come down. And then just nice and easy, back foot steps forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift position, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. And then rise all the way up. Big full body stretch as you breathe in. And hands to heart as you breathe out. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. This time, exhale, chair pose, sit back, Utkatasana. So as you sit back, weight is in your heels, your butt goes back rather than your knees coming forward. See if you can pick up your toes and spread them apart. Now, as you sit back, notice, is your core still engaged? Are you flaring your ribs forward, letting go of your core? Draw navel to spine. Feel that brace around your middle. See if you can sit just a tiny bit lower. Very nice. Last round here. Bottom of your exhale, let it go, forward fold. Nice, Mike, halfway lift position, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, move through your vinyasa on your own, however you would like. See you in downward facing dog. Beautiful, good awareness. Once you're in your down dog, Ujjayi breath. Tune back in, fire it back up. All right, from your down dog, inhale your right leg to the sky. And then try not to move any other part of your body except for your right leg. Peel your right hip open. So bend your knee, reach it out and up. In order to make that happen, you shouldn't have to lean into your left side. You should feel strong through both hands, strong through both shoulders. Shouldn't feel like you're leaning or sinking into your outer left hip. You're squeezing your outer right butt cheek to open your hip even more. Take one more inhale. See if you can lift your knee a tiny bit higher. Good, Soph. And as you exhale, right knee, left elbow, get as close as you can. So a little twist across your body. Yes, inhale back up. See if you can open your hip, articulate through your hip joint. Exhale, right to right. Aim for your armpit as high as you can get. Maybe you add a little push up. Don't let your butt drop. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Inhale back up, three-legged dog. You can open that hip one last time if you'd like. And then everybody knee to your nose or towards your nose. Scoop out your belly and step forward once again, low lunge. All right, this time stay in your low lunge. Left hand on the ground or a block. Right arm to the sky, revolved lunge. So strong through your legs, twist from your center, back leg, rather than feeling like you're kind of twisting with your legs. Feel that back leg really strong, your back toes really firmly rooted. Feel your inner thighs hugging in. And then as you breathe down into your belly, see if you can twist a little further with your exhales. Last couple rounds. And end of your next exhale, release. Pivot your back heel down. Warrior two stance, rise. So right toes face forward, nice Diane. Left toes face directly to the left. Front heel intersects your back arch. Wrap your right butt cheek, your front butt cheek underneath your body so that your hips can open. Yes, good. Next time you inhale, side angle pose. Reach, reach, reach for the front wall like you want to touch it. And then only your arms have to change. Tip it over, right hand towards the ground, left towards the sky. You're not putting too much weight in your right hand or your right arm. You're holding yourself with your strong right side obliques. Option to extend your left arm forward. Good, Norma. Feel that length in your left side. Root through your left foot behind you. Wherever you are at, your pose, your expression, take 2 or 3 more rounds. See if you can make that breath really big and spacious. See if you can let your heart look up even more. Wrap your right butt cheek underneath you. Track your front knee towards your pinky toe. Last round. As you inhale, press into your feet, rise up. Straighten out your front leg, parallel your feet. So all of your toes face the long edge of your mat. Inhale, take your arms up. And exhale all the way down, dive down into your fold. Beautiful. All right, inhale to a halfway lift. We're gonna move into a twist. Right hand down, left arm up. So revolving towards the back of the room. Yes, very good. Keep your spine long like you're in a halfway lift position. Awesome, Jill. Breathe down into your belly. Take one last round. And then from here, this is a funky transition. You're gonna pick up your right foot, thread it through your right hand and your left foot. Come down to sit on your sit bones facing towards the back of the room. So you're balancing on your sit bones in boat pose. Lift through your heart. And I say balancing on your sit bones because it's really tempting to rock back onto your tailbone. Try to stay up on your sit bones, squeeze through your inner thighs, lift and open through your heart, pull your shoulders back and down. If you're modifying like me, you can be grabbing the backs of your legs or even have your hands behind you. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, low boat. So everything hovers above the ground. Pull your low belly down. Try to press your low back down. Inhale, lift back up. High boat. Yes. Exhale, low boat. Everything squeezes. Pull low belly down. Inhale, high. 3 more like that. You're doing great. Exhale, low. Use your strong core. Inhale, high. Awesome, you guys. Exhale, low. Last one. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. All right, inhale, high. From here, plant your left foot and your right hand behind you. You're gonna flip it over to a 3-legged down dog with your right leg lifted and your right hip open. Yes, so open your right hip once again. Only if you want to. Option to flip your dog now. Right foot steps down behind you. Arm reaches forward, heart reaches forward. Yes, beautiful. Take one more huge breath, those of you in the back bend. And then bring it back, regular downward facing dog. Everybody walk it out. Beautiful work. Ujjayi breath. Reconnect if you've lost it. Inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, gaze forward. However you'd like to get there. Top of your space, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold, let it go. And then all the way up, rise. Inhale, arms extend. And hands to your heart as you exhale. All right, inhale, high mountain. Exhale, sit back into a chair pose. All right, so from chair pose, we're gonna take it into a chair plane, swing your arms back. Now notice as you took your arms back behind you, did you let go of your belly? Draw belly button in and up, feel a connection to your center as you lift your heart. So the back bend is coming from mid and upper back like you're doing cobra or locust like you did when you were on your belly on the ground. Same thing here. Stay here if you want, or float up to your tiptoes, balance challenge. Keep sticking your butt out, keep drawing your belly button in and up. You now have more range of motion in your legs. See if you can sit lower. Yes, stay on your tiptoes if you want. Next time you inhale, high mountain all the way up. So maybe on your tiptoes as tall as you can grow, possibly stay on your tiptoes. Exhale, dive down. So stick your butt out, feel your core engaged to help you balance as you dive. Beautiful, nice work. Heels on the ground, halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa, however you would like. See you back in downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath, powerful, supporting you from the inside. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Try not to move any other part of your body except your left leg. Open your left hip. So bend your left knee, reach your knee out and up. It's like your left hip is a hinge on a door and your left leg is the door. It just swings open. So nothing else should collapse. Your right side should not collapse. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, left knee, right elbow, or as close as you can get, that little twist. Inhale, take it back up, open your hip up again. And then exhale, left to left. Aim as high as you can, add a push-up if you want. Inhale, back up. Awesome, Andrea. And then everybody, last one, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly, step forward so softly. Stay low in your low lunge, add your twist. So right hand down, left arm up. Right hand can be on a block or the ground. Imagine that the power of the pose is coming from your back toes, moving through your back leg, connecting right at your center. Imagine you are trying to drag your left hip towards the back wall, but at the same time, your left knee is magnetized to your right armpit. Breathe down into your belly and work your twist a little bit more. Last couple rounds. Awesome job, you guys. Nice poses. Bottom of your exhale, release. And then pivot your back heel down. Cartwheel your arms up. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So left toes forward, right toes directly to the right. Track your front knee open towards your pinky toe. So wrap your front butt cheek underneath you. Try not to shoot your back hip forward, but keep your back femur bone, your right femur bone, plugged into the hip socket. So ideally, you want a nice neutral pelvis while allowing your hips to open. Next time you breathe in, reach forward like you want to touch the front wall. Reach, reach, reach. Keep your back foot rooted firmly, and then tip it over side ankle. Left elbow to left thigh lightly, or left hand to a block or the ground. Wherever your left arm lands, you don't have a lot of weight there. It's just supporting you a little bit. Your right arm could reach forward. Or if there's any other variation, you're welcome to take it. Be here for about 3 more breaths. Heart open. So imagine your heart is trying to look up. So much better, Norma. Good job. Beautiful poses, good awareness from the press of your feet. Next time you inhale, come back up to your warrior 2. Straighten out your front leg, parallel your feet, turn your toes towards the long edge of your mat. Arms reach up, breathe in. And exhale takes you down. Wide-legged fold. We'll get to the twist towards the back wall, but for right now, if you just want to hang out and explore in this wide-legged fold, go for it. I'll give you about 4 or 5 breaths. Open mouth size, always welcome. Awesome, you guys. One last round. Inhale, halfway lift. Left hand stays down, right arm reaches up, revolve towards the back of the room. So feel into this twist, breathe into this twist for just a moment. And then as you are ready, you've got your ninja transition. Your back foot, your left foot lifts and threads through your right foot and your left hand. Yes, awesome. So you're in boat pose facing towards the back of the room. Same thing as we did before. The only option I'll give you to be different if you want it, you can interlace your fingers, steeple your index fingers, and instead of going straight back, you're going to twist as you lower. So inhale, high boat, and exhale, lower. Maybe point your fingers to the right, little twist, squeeze. Inhale, back up. Exhale, low boat. Maybe point your fingers to the left and squeeze. Inhale, back up. Continue at your own pace. Exhale to lower, draw belly button down. Press low back down. Use your breath. Yes. As you lower, everything is squeezing. Soft through your face as much as you can be. I know it's a lot. Take about one more. Finish the round you're on. Take one more to each side. Awesome job, you guys. After you've taken one more to each side, high boat is where you'll land. High boat and hold. Good job. All right, from your high boat, plant your right foot, plant your left hand behind you, and we'll flip it over to a three-legged down dog. Left leg lifted, open through your left hip. Yes, very nice. And then only if you want to, option 2, flip your dog. Left foot comes down behind you. Left arm forward. Heart forward. Nice. So if you're in the back bend, breathe all the way down and feel your abdominal wall stretch. Last big breath. Very good. Come back, everybody. Regular down dog. Walk it out. Just notice whatever there is to notice. Feel whatever there is to feel. Great big inhalation as you push the ground away. And exhale, gaze to the top of your mat, however you like to get there, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Now listen, heel toe your feet out to the width of your yoga mat, heels in, toes out. So your toes might even come off your mat. Come down into a low yogi squat. Elbows to your inner knees or inner thighs, hands to your heart. If at all possible, keep your heels on the ground. So I know it's hard. As best you can, try to root through your heels. If you can keep your heels on the ground, see if you can now pick up your toes and spread them. Notice if you're rolling onto the inner edges of your feet, press into the outer edges as well. Yes, send your big deep breath down into your pelvis. Down into your hips and your low back. Take about 2-3 more rounds. For some people, this is a really natural position. For others, like me, it is not comfortable. So be with it, soften around it, use your breath. Very nice. Good job, you guys. Bottom of your next exhalation, fingertips to the ground, hips to the sky. And then just heel toe your feet in however you prefer them. So hips width distance or big toes touch, all 10 toes facing forward. Halfway lift position one more time, realign. And then exhale, bow. Take it all the way up, rise, inhale your arms overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart center. All right, inhale, reach up and stretch. Pause right here in your high mountain. Notice if you're flaring your ribs forward or if you're tucking your tailbone under. See if you can find as close to neutral pelvis and neutral spine for yourself. Right foot will be your base. Lift your left knee, standing staff pose. Yes, right foot roots down, left knee lifts. Right foot roots down, left knee lifts. Other right foot, Jacob, yep. All right, so from here, we're going to open and close our left leg using what's called our medial glute. So you're gonna open and close. Just like when we're in our three-legged down dog and we open our hip, this is the same thing we're doing here. Opening and closing. Nothing else moves. Just your left hip joint, just your left leg. Next time your left knee opens, place your foot on your leg for tree pose. So sole of your foot to your inner thigh, or if that's too much, inner calf, inner ankle is just fine. Hug in. So press your foot into your leg, leg back into your foot. Imagine you're zipping a zipper up through your midline. Notice if you're sinking into your outer right hip. Press with your right inner thigh. Good job, you guys. If you want to bring a little movement into your upper body or play with your gaze, feel free. Couple more rounds. So nice. Beautiful poses. See if possibly you can stay balanced just a little bit longer. Remove your left foot from your leg. Bring your left knee back to midline. If you want more, extend your left leg forward. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, slow motion to a low lunge. See if you can land with fingers and toes at the same time. Once you've arrived in your low lunge, bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot all the way out to the width of your mat, maybe even off your mat onto the hardwood floor. Bring your back knee down gently. You can untuck your back toes. See if you can let your hips melt towards the ground as your heart lifts. If you have a really short stance in your legs, you will have nowhere to go. You'll be stuck. So you might need to scoot your front foot a little further forward. Let your hips move forward and down as your heart lifts up. Press down firmly through your right heel and try to pull it back towards your body. Your hands are there for support, but as best you can, try to encourage your weight back towards your hips. So if you hold everything with your arms, then you're missing it in your legs. You can use your arms to help you, but you want to feel this down in your hips. Give it some breath. Take about 3 more. Good job, everybody. Make sure your right knee isn't collapsing in. If anything, it's tracking out. So if it helps, you can pivot your right toes out. One last deep breath. All right, from this place, you're going to plant your hands firmly now. Tuck your back toes and lift your back knee up. Now work your right foot back until you're in a plank position. Once you are in a plank position, come down to your forearms, forearm plank. So elbows under shoulders. If possible, forearms make a number 11 on the ground. To modify, you could make a tripod instead. Now, try not to let your elbows drift apart at all. Start to walk your toes in and lift your hips up. So coming into a dolphin pose. As you lift your hips, try to press your heart towards the back of the room. Awesome, Samantha. You can stay here, or if you would like, lift your right leg to the sky. So use the strength in your right leg to lift you up out of your shoulders. Press up with your right foot. You can stay here, or, nice Heather, take little baby hops towards forearm stand. We'll take about 3 deep breaths. So wherever you are at, use your breath to help support you. Hug in with your upper arms. Press down through the belly of your forearms. Soften your face. One last round. You got this. Right foot down, knees down. All right, now listen. Knees hips width distance apart. Curl your toes under. Sit back, screaming toe pose. So if this feels like way too much, you can have your hands on a block or the ground in front of you to help take weight off. Otherwise, you're sitting back. Hug in with your heels so they don't drift apart. You can rest with your hands in your lap, or if there's some way you want to stretch, explore with your arms or your upper body, feel free. We'll be here for about 5 more rounds. You might just sit and breathe and feel the heat build in the soles of your feet. Send your breath into it. So screaming toe pose. If your toes are screaming at you, perfectly normal. Be with it, soften around it. This is such a good stretch for our plantar fascia, the soft tissue at the soles of our feet. Last couple of rounds, big, spacious breaths. Good job. End of your next exhale. Come forward to hands and knees. You can untuck your toes. You might tap the tops of your feet gently against the ground for a moment. Just pitter patter, tap, tap, tap. And then whenever you're ready, downward facing dog. And notice as you move into your down dog, all that new aliveness, that new awareness in your toes and your feet. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. All right, listen here. Right foot is your base, standing splits. So left leg lifts, just like a one-legged forward fold. You are more than welcome to stay here. Otherwise, open up into a balancing half moon. So reach your right hand forward. Maybe you've got it on a block. Bring your left hand perhaps to your left hip as you open up. So guess what? You're squeezing your outer right glute, that medial glute, the same one I keep talking about, to open your hips. So a lot of people open just with their arms. You want to open through your heart and your hips. Feel the front of your hips open towards the window. Your left hip should be stacked on top of right. So squeeze your outer right butt cheek to let your hips open even more. Press with your back foot, open through your heart. Take one last round. Yes, Diane, awesome. And let it go, forward fold, top of your space, nice and easy. And give your left leg a little shake out. Or excuse me, right leg, whichever leg, both legs. And then this time, bring your big toes together until they touch, little gap in between your heels. Inhale to a halfway lift here. And then as you exhale, tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. So you can either lift your heels up high, or you can try to press your heels down. If you're trying to press your heels down, you're working your ankle flexibility. If you're lifting your heels up, you're working strength and balance. If you want, you can also wrap your arms around your shins. Yeah, and give yourself a great big squeeze. Breathe into your back body. Nice job. Sometimes I like to feel into the energy of this pose, just holding myself, nurturing myself. What does that energy feel like? Soak it in. One last breath. And then inhale to your halfway lift. Once again, set your heels down, grow your spine long. If you want, you can widen your stance. Exhale, fold. Let's take it all the way up. Inhale, arms extend. Hands to your heart center, exhale. Inhale, high mountain. Take a moment, check in. Where are your imbalances? So if I'm not paying attention, usually I'm pressing my ribs forward, sticking my butt out. Many people do the exact opposite, just depends how you're built. So find as neutral, as close to neutral pelvis and neutral spine as possible. Left foot this time will be your base. Lift your right knee, standing stack. Very good. So find your balance first, and then start to open and close through your right leg. As you open, you should feel your medial glute, your outer right butt cheek squeeze. You should feel that muscle engage. Try not to sink into your outer left hip. Keep hugging your left inner thigh in. Open and close. Nothing else moves. You're using the mobility in your right hip joint. You're using your medial glute strength. Next time your right knee opens out to the right, place your right foot on your leg for tree. For some reason, our medial glutes for most people, including myself, are very, very weak, and they're very, very hard to activate and really hard to find awareness. So this is where we do all of that, where we practice all of that. You don't have to be perfect, but get curious. It's a practice. As you are in tree pose, hug in. So foot presses into leg, leg presses back into foot. Tone your belly, navel to spine. So you're not sticking your butt out. You've got that brace around your middle, even here. If you want to play with a little movement in your upper body or a little exploration with your gaze, feel free. Just about 2, 3 more. It's Cam. Awesome, Paul. All right, if possible, stay balanced on your left foot and slowly come back to your standing staff. So right knee will be forward. And if you want, you can extend your right leg forward. Take one more inhale. Slow motion, low lunge. See if you can land with fingers and toes at the exact same time. Just be playful. Yes. Once you've landed, hands to the inside of left foot. Walk your left foot out nice and wide to the width of your mat, maybe even onto the hardwood floor. Back knee comes down gently. And then try to let your hips melt as you lift your heart. If you don't have enough space in your legs, if you have a really short lunge stance, you will be stuck. So if you feel stuck, walk your left foot further forward. Remember, as best you can, encourage the weight back into your legs, into your hips, not holding yourself up with your arms. Good. If your left knee is collapsing inward, pivot your left toes out. See if that helps. Track your left knee outward. About 3 more breaths. So allow yourself to feel, even if it's uncomfortable, unpleasant, it's only temporary. Soften around it each breath. Good job. Bottom of your next exhalation, come back up to the palms of your hands. If you're not there already, plant them firmly and then lift your back knee up. Work your front foot back, plank position. Plank position. From your plank position, one arm at a time, lower down, forearm plank. So forearm plank first. Find your strong core. Find your strong shoulders. Now slowly start to walk your toes in and lift your hips up as high as they will go. So one day, hips stack over shoulders. Press your heart towards the back of the room. So heart presses back as hips lift up. Only if you want, left leg extends up. So use the strength in your left leg to lift you out of your shoulders. Use the strength in your core to lift you out of your shoulders. Take about 3 more rounds. If you want to take little hops, go for it. Don't let your elbows drift apart. Don't let your head touch the ground. You're almost there. One last huge breath. Soften your face. Relax your neck. End of your exhale, left foot down, knees down. If you want another screaming toe pose, you're welcome to take it. Otherwise, child, embryo, puppy, heroes, wherever you'd like to go. Give yourself about 5 breaths. Just noticing whatever's flowing through. And as you're ready, my friends, downward facing dog. All right, from your dog pose, inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot forward. From your low lunge into your standing split. Left foot roots, right leg lifts. Standing splits is a great place to stay. Otherwise, slowly work your way into your balancing half moon. So reach your left hand forward. Maybe you've got a block you want to use. Right hand might come to right hip to open, and then eventually right arm to the sky. So a lot of people in their half moon, they just pretty much use their arms to open. You want to open through the front of your heart and the front of your hips. Squeeze your outer left butt cheek, that medial glute, and press your hips forward. Press your back foot back. Reach up. So feel all that length and space you're creating in every direction. Awesome, Jill. Awesome, Kirsten. One last big in-breath wherever you're at. And then forward fold, nice and easy, top of your yoga mat. You can give your left leg a little shake out or anything that feels good. Bring your big toes together again until they touch, little gap in between your heels. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, tuck and curl one more time, tiny little potato bug ball. So you can stay in your potato bug ball, Or here are a couple more options for play. You can turn it into a toe stand, point your knees straight forward, balancing on your tiptoes, bring your hands to your hearts. And then if you want to, from here, you could play with a crow pose, plant your hands on the ground in front of you, work your knees as far up as you can on your triceps, lifting through your waistline, propel yourself forward. Your arms are acting as a shelf. Maybe lift one or both feet off the ground. Maybe bring your big toes to touch. Wherever you are working, give yourself a couple more breaths. If you are working with crow and you want to play with a jump back, you can. Otherwise, from wherever you are at, my friends, plant your hands on the ground and step back, plank position. Move through a vinyasa your own way, or skip it if you'd rather. See you in downward facing dog. Good breathing. From your down dog, inhale your right leg high. And exhale, pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat. Bring your body down gently. So if you know this pose works better for you on your back, you're fine to take it there instead, please. Otherwise, set yourself up with intention, attention. Pull your right butt cheek back and up as your heart bows forward and down. So even in this pose, you want to create structure first, then soften around it. Big, spacious breaths. An adjustment. So see how you're just sitting on your butt? You don't want to do that. So you want to pull up and engage your transverse. You're pulling your right butt cheek back. And you want to keep that as you take your heart forward. So try not to set your butt down. Yeah, like that. That's it. And then bow from there. Don't collapse your hips. Bow forward with your heart. You can bring your forearms down. Yeah. Yep. So that's where you want to stay. You don't want to collapse down. So as soon as you're just plopping down, you're just sinking into your joints. So you want to pull up and back, plug the femur bones in, and then you can safely stretch this outer hip. Yeah. And if it feels better, you can also bring your knee out wider. So if you are somebody who can plop your butt down on the ground in this pose, my challenge for you is to not do that. I know it seems like you're going deeper, but what you're actually doing, you're just sinking into your joints, exploiting your hypermobility. So you want to plug the femur bone into the hip socket. Pull your right butt cheek up and back. It should be lifted off the ground, almost like there's an invisible block underneath it. And then keep that as you take your bow forward. Take about 3 or 4 more deep breaths. You can exhale out your mouth anytime. All right, my friends, last big, huge inhale. Fill up as big as you can. Hold in fullness. Maybe an extra little sip if it's there. And then open your mouth and big sigh. Start to lift your upper body. We're going to find our way into a seat. So let your hips open, plop onto your outer right butt cheek. And this back knee can bend. Don't go too fast. So you want to stay right here where I am. And you want to move your right shin pretty much parallel with the front edge of your mat. We're going to work with our medial glute again in this back leg. So you'll feel this in your left outer glute. As tall as you can get through your spine. If you need to use a hand on the ground, that's fine, but try not to. Take your left leg, swing it forward. So left foot to the outside of right thigh, and then swing it back. Keep your left foot flexed and active. Swing it forward, swing it back. You'll feel that outer glute engage. If you never use this muscle, it might feel like a Charlie horse as it wakes up. You can pause if you need, pound it out, give it a little massage. Do this a couple more times, sitting as tall as you can. Good breathing, you guys. And then next time your left foot ends up on the outside of your right thigh, keep it there. Grab hold of your left knee. You can move your right heel closer to your left butt cheek, bring both sit bones to the ground, or you can extend your right leg forward, your choice. Hug your left knee in, get really tall, puff up your chest. Take your left arm to the sky. Inhale, get even taller. And then as you exhale, twist over your left shoulder. Left hand comes down behind you. Try not to put much weight on your left hand. So think of your left hand as support to help you sit taller. Broaden through your shoulders and your collarbones. Breathe down to your belly. If there's a variation you want to take, you're welcome to. About 3 more slow, deep, intentional breaths. Nice work. Last round here. And then very, very end of your exhale, unwind your upper body. Bring both hands off the right side of your mat. Take a little bow. This should feel good. You can round your back. You can lift your left butt cheek. And just breathe into your low back. A nice counter twist. Lift back up. Uncross your legs. You can give them a little shake out if you want, or maybe take a couple windshield wipers. We'll find our way back to down dog. You can get there your own way, or I'll give you an option if you want something a little bit fun and if you want a little more core. So one more boat pose, high boat. You can either hold here for a few rounds. If you want to throw in a couple more low boats, go for it. Whenever you feel ready, you'll just cross your ankles, rock forward. You can step, or you can hop back to a chaturanga with bent elbows. So if you hop back, you want to land with bent elbows, not straight arms. Move through a vinyasa or skip it. See you in downward facing dog. Big, spacious breath. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, pigeon pose. Left shin forward. Gently bring your body down. So left knee towards the outer left edge, the long edge of your mat. Pull your left butt cheek up and back. So imagine there's a rope. Awesome, Cam. Attached to your left butt cheek. It's pulling up and back. Really good awareness, you guys. And as your left butt cheek is getting pulled up and back, your heart can bow forward. Keep activation through your front toes. Use your big, deep breaths. You're gonna adjust your nose. So see how you're just gonna plop into it using all your flexibility. You wanna pull up and back, find your transverse abdominis. So rather than feeling like you're pressing here, pull in. Yeah, now keep that. Now bow forward. Yeah. That, yes. So remember, we are not plopping into it. We want that balance, even in this posture. Structure, strength, stability, and then mobility, flexibility, softening around your hard edges. Take about 3 or 4 more deep breaths. So I know if you've been just kind of plopping into your pigeon, hyperextending your whole entire life, if I give you adjustment, it feels like you come out of it. It feels like you're not going as deep. All you are doing is making yourself safe. You're plugging your femur bone into the hip socket, so you're not pulling on tendons and ligaments anymore. You're actually stretching the muscle. Take your last round, big, huge inhale, hold in fullness. See if there's an extra little sip you can find and send it down into your hip. And then open your mouth, big sigh. All right, slowly start to lift. We're gonna meet in a seat. So not too fast, remember. Sit over onto your outer left butt cheek. Both knees can bend. Once you're here, scoot your left shin so it's pretty much parallel with the front edge of your mat. And then sitting up as tall as you can, try not to use your hands. Take your right leg, swing it forward, right foot to the outside of left thigh, and then swing it back.
Swing it forward, swing it back. You should feel that outer right butt cheek, that medial glute muscle firing up. Like I said, if this is a new muscle, then it might feel like, ow, I'm getting a Charlie horse. You can just give it a little massage if you need. Take a couple more like this. Flexion through your right foot, active through your right foot. And then eventually right foot to the outside of left thigh and adjust through your left leg so your left heel can come closer to your butt cheek or your left leg could extend. Grab hold of your right knee, hug in, puff up your heart, sit up really tall. Take your right arm to the sky, inhale, get even taller. And then as you exhale, twist, right hand comes down behind you. And again, try not to put all your weight on your right hand. Try not to sink back onto your right hand. Use your right hand to help you be really tall. Crown of your head draws up, shoulders and collarbones broaden. There's a variation you want to work into, feel free. About 2-3 more rounds. Soft face, soft jaw. Very, very end of your next exhale. So take it all the way to emptiness. Twist just a tiny bit further. And then bottom of your exhale, unwind. Bring your hands off the left long edge of your mat and take your little bow. Your spine can round, your right butt cheek can lift. And then rise, uncross your legs. Maybe give them a little shake out. And we're gonna take some windshield wipers, but on our back. So go ahead and just lower yourself down. Maybe once you're on your back, you wanna hug your knees in for a moment. But eventually begin your windshield wipers with your knees. So for your windshield wipers, make sure your feet are nice and wide at the width of your yoga mats. And then as you take your knees side to side, really pay attention to your top knee. Your top knee, you want it to reach forward and down. Slowly and mindfully. You can tee out your arms, you can goal post your arms on the ground. Good. And go ahead, finish the round you're on, come back to center. And then hug your knees in towards your belly. Take a little rock or give them a big squeeze. We'll take one final heart opener, bridge pose. So feet on the ground with your knees bent. All 10 toes face forward. Feet are hips width distance apart. Exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up. And as you breathe in, peel your spine off your mat. 5 rounds, anywhere you want to go with this. So you could work your shoulders underneath you, interlace your fingers. You could take a restorative bridge with a block underneath your sacrum. Yeah, you could take robot arms, lift and lower your butt. If you've been in my class a long time, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, hug in with your inner thighs like you're hugging an invisible yoga block. Press into your heels and the inner edges of your feet. So you should not have to have your toes on the ground in bridge pose. They should not be gripping. Yes, good. Thanks, Norma. Last couple breaths. And then ease your way out of it just as slowly as you came into it. So work your shoulders out from under you and slowly lower down. And then once you've lowered down back to neutral spine, again, draw your knees towards your belly, that little rock. Then let both of your knees fall to your right side. Left arm extends out to the left for a supine spinal twist. You might need to scoot your hips around a little bit to be comfortable, but make sure you can be comfortable enough that you can breathe all the way down into your belly. Yeah, and if there's a certain variation that you would like to take, you're welcome to do so. Just give more and more of your weight to the ground. Let it hold you. And as you're ready, find your way to the other side, just slowly and mindfully. No rush. But when you feel even on both sides, bless you. Come back to center and choose any inversion you would like to take for about 5 to 7 rounds of breath. So maybe plow, shoulder stand, legs up the wall. If you want something more challenging like headstand, or you want to practice your handstand, you're welcome to. It's 5 to 7 breaths. And then once you feel complete with your inversion, no hurry. Just find your way into any finishing poses that you would like to take. So maybe a happy baby, maybe one last squeeze of your knees in towards your belly. Maybe just want to roll your wrists out or roll around through your ankle joints. And then eventually, friends, start to find your way into your final relaxation. And as you slowly start to settle in, you can let your breath go. You can let any control or manipulation of your breath, just let go of it. Let your body breathe you. Give in to gravity. Let your muscles soften. These last few moments are just for you. So, as best you can, I know it's so tempting to wander off in your mind, try to figure out something that happens later on. But as much as you can, just stay here. Just be bored as you lay on the ground. Do nothing. And simply feel whatever is there to be felt. Whatever's there, just waiting for your loving awareness. As you settle in, I will read to you. This is a poem by Mary Oliver. It's called Mysteries, Yes. Truly, we live with mysteries too marvelous to be understood. How grass can be nourishing in the mouths of the lambs. How rivers and stones are forever in allegiance with gravity. How two hands touch and the bonds will never be broken. How people come from delight or the scars of damage to the comfort of a poem. Let me keep my distance always from those who think they have the answers.
Let me keep company always with those who say, look, and laugh in astonishment and bow their heads. Shavasana. Truly, we live with mysteries too marvelous to be understood. How grass can be nourishing in the mouths of the lambs. How rivers and stones are forever in allegiance with gravity, while we ourselves dream of rising. How two hands touch and the bonds will never be broken. How people come from delight or the scars of damage to the comfort of a poem. Let me keep my distance always from those who think they have the answers. Let me keep company always with those who say, look, and laugh in astonishment and bow their heads. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. You'll slowly bring small, gentle movement back into your physical body. Eventually, when you're ready, roll to either side, fetal position. Using the strength in your arms, guide yourself into seated meditation. So just facing towards the front of the room, nice and tall. And right back where we began. Notice how you feel. Notice if anything is shifted. Gather your hands to your heart. And we'll close our practice together with one collective Om. So invitation to please join me and don't worry how your voice sounds. Nobody cares. Just focus more on how it feels to let it move through you and express out your mouth. So start by exhaling, empty out, clear your throat if you need to. Breathe in your voice, fill up with it. Ah.
Thank you all so much for being here, for showing up, letting me guide you. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. All right, my friends, thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a great rest of your day. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Good job, Norma. Looking good. Come here, Lindsay. Got it. You're welcome. Mhm. Mhm. Yes, Jill. Oops.
Is it very sympathetic?